Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Betsy McDaniel in for Sandy Benson today, and joining me is Vanessa Riley of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and she's here to talk to us about their event, the Out of Darkness Walk. And we're going to get to that in just a second, but let's start with a few statistics. Tell us about, it's a very sad topic, but it's an important one. So tell us what the statistics are about who takes their lives, how many people take their lives in the U.S. and here in South Carolina.
Well, the last statistics showed that about almost 45,000 Americans took their lives last year, and of those, 815 of them were from South Carolina.
That's a big number.
It's very big, and we have to work on making it much smaller.
Much smaller, absolutely.
So that's what we do.
What are some of the warning signs that people should be aware of?
Well, if somebody is really isolating, that's a big warning sign. If they're suffering with depression, anxiety, drug or alcohol abuse, if someone's sleeping more than they should or not sleeping at all, those are warning signs that we all have to pay attention to. Of course, if somebody talks about suicide, take it seriously.
Right.
If they start saying goodbye to people and giving away their possessions, these are all big warning signs that we have to pay attention to.
Some of them kind of subtle, some of them not so subtle.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And tell us a little bit about this event. What is it? Where is it?
Okay,
all that good
it's
stuff.
Pretty exciting. It's on November 11th, just a few weeks, at the Bluffton Oyster Factory Park.
Okay.
Registration and check-in is at 12. The walk and the ceremonies start at 1. We have a few speakers that share their stories of hope. We have some hot dogs for lunch for sale if anybody comes hungry. Many people come after church, so it works out well that they're hungry. We have a silent auction, which always has golf and tennis and just really interesting things.
Sure.
And that's a lot of fun. We have s'mores for the children to make on a fire pit with supervision.
Of course.
That goes without saying.
Yeah.
And we have inspirational signs as people walk around Bluffton, historic Bluffton. They walk through the town, they can read the signs, and it's just camaraderie. You meet people that you never knew would be there.
Yeah. So tell us who really is the event for, and do people register beforehand? I know you said there's registration that day. Do they register beforehand as well? It's
great if they register beforehand because we kind of like to get an idea of how many will be there, but registration the day of the event is also very welcome. It's for everybody. It's a family event. We have the children cut the ribbon. We have a butterfly release at the end for children. It's for anyone who has struggled with suicidal thoughts, anyone who has struggled with any mental illness. It's for anyone who's had a loss of a loved one to suicide. So it's really for everyone.
Yeah. And why is it so important to hold events like this?
It brings the stigma out in the open. There used to be such a huge stigma with suicide, and it's becoming less and less, in my opinion, and I'm glad to see that.
Well, I think in general, mental health is becoming less and less of a stigma because people are willing to talk about it and share their stories.
I totally agree, and that's such a good thing. It helps when you have someone to talk to.
Absolutely, you don't
Helps
feel
everyone
so alone.
That's right.
Yeah. And what do the funds that you raise in the South Carolina chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, what do you use those funds for?
Well, we have just relaunched the South Carolina Suicide Prevention Coalition, so that'll be coming to everybody soon. We also have mandated suicide prevention trainings for all certified school personnel from 6th grade through high school. We have an interactive screening program for college students. So their funding does all sorts of suicide prevention training. I do some trainings called Talk Saves Lives and Safe Talk, and the funding goes to all of that. Plus, of course, research and for advocacy.
Yeah, well, all very, very important things that those funds are going for. So if somebody can't make the event but they'd like to donate to you or they would like to volunteer another time, how do they get to you to learn more?
Oh, well, they would go to first of all, they could go to afsp.org,
Okay. or
or they can contact me personally. And my email, I have two of them, but I'll give the AFSP one. It's it's VRiley, R-I-L-E-Y, at afsp.org.
Well, thank you so much for being here to share with us about this really important event and this important topic, and for everything that you're doing. We really appreciate it, and we'll be right back with more Talk of the Town.
Thank you.